everybody, I am here in my silky dressing gown and I am ready for a book haul which is long overdue because I have been inundated with books over the last few months. So I'm going to get right into it. The first one that I have is called A Tale for the Time Being by Ruth Ozeki, and this was given to me by a friend to read. It's not actually my copy, but I just thought I'd include it because I'm really looking forward to reading this book. The next one that I have is The Mitford Girls, and I think it's an autobiography or a biography or something about this really wealthy family in the early 20th century, and they have connections to Adolf Hitler and they were really powerful, and I've sort of been skimming through it and it's really interesting so far. This family is crazy. The next book that I had is long awaited and it's The Madness Underneath by Maureen. This is the second book in the Shades of London series and I didn't enjoy this book as much as the first one. I was really let down by the ending in this. It made me very sad. But I still really enjoy this series and I'm really looking forward to the next book because I can't wait for the ending of this book to be resolved in the next book. The next book that I have is Keturah and Lord Death. I picked this up for a fairy tale themed video that'll be sometime soon, but I remember loving this book when I was about 14. I was so obsessed with it and it was so magical when I was that old, and I reread it recently and it's kind of lost a bit of its magic to me now. But I still really enjoy it and I think it's just such a cute little quick read if you're really interested in a sort of fairy tale enchanted themed book. It's really beautiful. The next book that I picked up is Brave New World by Huxley, and I've never actually completed Brave New World and I thought it was about time that I should, so I've only ever managed to get like maybe 2 or 3 chapters in and I just never make it past that point. So I have decided this new year to read Brave New World. I don't know how I'm going to get through it, I'm not too enthused, but I mean, I think everyone should read Huxley, so I have decided to. The next one that I have is The Moonstone by Wilkie. I'm really excited for this because I've been neglecting my crime love over the last few months and I'm just really excited for a good, juicy crime novel. And so this is about a moonstone, which is an Indian gem. It is priceless apparently and yellow. And I don't know, something that happens to a birthday girl. I don't really know much about the plot, I just picked it up because it was green, and Green Penguin books are crime books here in Australia, so I just had an impulse buy and I'm really looking forward to reading it. The next book that I have is so long awaited for me. I am so happy about it, and it is Dreamer's Pool by Juliet Marillier. It is the first Blackthorn and Grimm novel, and Juliet Marillier is one of my favourite writers. I've loved her ever since I read Wildwood Dancing, and this book is so similar in feeling to Wildwood Dancing that it just made me want to cry, because I remember the first time that I read Wildwood Dancing, it was just this overwhelming emotion of just, oh, that was beautiful, and that same feeling when I read this for the first time. And so thank you, Juliet Marillier, for inspiring that kind of sentiment in me. The next 2 books that I picked up are both in French, so I mean they're kind of not really relevant, but the first one is Jean Genet, Journal du Voleur. I don't really know what this is about. I have never read the blurb, I just found it and I was like, oh, French! So I just got it. The next one is La Vie en Mieux by Anna Gavalda, and I don't know anything about this book and I've kind of tried to search out what it means. It's two stories of young people in our time. I don't know really what it's about, but I just picked them up because they were French and I felt like I needed to sort of work on my French a bit because it's been sort of slowly slipping away. The next few books I sort of picked up because they were free at an op shop and I couldn't pass them by. So the first one I got was Sabriel by Garth Nix, and I reckon I've never read a Garth Nix book, and that's kind of sad because he's quite a celebrated author and I thought it was about time that I read some Garth Nix. So the next 2 books I wouldn't normally have bought, but they were pretty much free, so I just got them, and it is City of Bones and City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare, so the Mortal Instruments book, and these are pretty much brand new, which makes me very happy. But I have read these books before. I wasn't a massive fan, disposable to me, like I wouldn't read them and reread them. I have friends who were obsessed and who would always update me on what was going on in the books, but I just never found them that inspiring. But I mean, I couldn't pass up a good free book, so I got these. And the last one I got is Blood Promise, which is a Vampire Academy novel by Michelle Reed. I really love the Vampire Academy series just because I think it's such an original idea and the characters are so strong and I love it and I enjoy reading it. It's like I enjoy reading about their lives, and I don't think it's like any other teenage vampire series that I've ever read. It has a lot of depth to it that is kind of absent in Twilight or in, I don't know what other vampire series there are. Vampire Diaries? I don't know, but I just found that these books were just, they deserve more hype than they got, and I know they got a lot of hype, but I reckon that these books deserve to be bigger than Twilight, in my opinion. Twilight was kind of, Twilight to me was a little bit empty. There was sort of one main purpose, and that was for Bella and Edward to be together, but with the Vampire Academy it's much more complex, and the characters are much, much deeper in my opinion, especially the main characters. I can't really compare the two series, but in Twilight, Bella was kind of a vapid main character to me, whereas Rose is very, very strong, and I like that. I don't like a weak female character. So that is all for my book haul. I hope you liked it, and if you've read any of the books here, please let me know, because as always, I love to talk about the books that I have read.